You are tuned into the 5-Minute Signal, Mental Fortitude. I am Rhys Kael, cognitive strategist. This is not a self-help podcast. This is a tactical brief for optimizing your internal operating system. We don't do positive thinking here. We do strategic execution. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get to work. Oxford and Harvard just published research that should fundamentally change how you think about overthinking. PET scans, metabolic tracking, brain imaging analysis. The conclusion is definitive. Chronic rumination, repetitive negative thinking loops, burns 23% more glucose than moderate physical exercise. When you ruminate, your default mode network and executive control network activate simultaneously and compete for resources. Your brain is running 2 processors at full capacity, one obsessively reviewing the problem, one trying to solve it, while making 0 progress. After hours of rumination, subjects showed cognitive depletion equivalent to running a half marathon. You are not thinking productively. You are burning your brain out in circles, and the metabolic cost is just the beginning.
Here's why it matters. Rumination is not problem-solving. It feels like problem-solving because your brain is active and you are thinking about the issue. But research from Yale and the University of Michigan confirmed what the Oxford-Harvard study revealed. Rumination does not improve decision quality. It degrades it. When you replay the same argument, catastrophize the same outcome, or obsess over the same decision for hours, you are not gathering new information. You are not generating solutions. You are reinforcing the same neural pathways that created the loop in the first place. Every time you cycle through the same thoughts, you strengthen the synaptic connections that make that loop easier to fall into next time. You are training your brain to default to rumination instead of resolution. Yale's research showed that chronic ruminators develop measurably thicker neural pathways in circuits associated with worry and self-referential thinking. Your brain physically changes to make rumination your default response to uncertainty. And the cost is devastating. Elevated anxiety, increased depression markers, impaired executive function, cognitive exhaustion without output. You think you are being thorough. You are destroying your capacity to think clearly.
The hard truth, if you ruminate, you are accomplishing nothing while paying maximum cost. This is the brutal reality no one tells you. Rumination is not depth. It is not conscientiousness. It is not strategic thinking. It is cognitive self-harm. You are spending massive metabolic resources, glucose, your brain needs for actual problem solving, on a process that produces 0 useful output. The University of Michigan study tracked decision outcomes and found that people who ruminated for hours before deciding made statistically worse choices than those who evaluated the problem once and acted. Why? Because rumination does not add clarity, it adds noise. Every time you loop, you activate more emotional circuitry, more catastrophic predictions, more self-doubt. Your signal-to-noise ratio collapses. By the time you decide, you are cognitively depleted and emotionally dysregulated. You have burned through your best thinking capacity on repetitive loops. What is left is decision-making on fumes. And here is the vicious cycle. Because rumination feels mentally taxing, you believe you worked hard on the problem. So when the outcome is bad, you do not blame the rumination, you blame the problem. And next time, you ruminate even more. You are trapped in a self-reinforcing pattern that guarantees cognitive exhaustion and suboptimal outcomes.
Here are the 3 tactical protocols to interrupt rumination loops and redirect cognitive resources toward productive problem solving. 1. Name the loop and externalize it. The moment you notice you are replaying the same thought for the 3rd time, stop. Write the problem as a single clear question. Should I take this job? How do I handle this conflict? Externalizing forces specificity. You cannot loop on a clearly defined question the way you can loop on vague worry. Set a timer for 10 minutes and brainstorm solutions. If you cannot generate a viable solution in 10 minutes, the problem needs more information or is not solvable right now. Stop ruminating and move to information gathering or acceptance. 2. Use physical movement to break the metabolic loop. Rumination is a metabolic state. You cannot think your way out. When you catch yourself ruminating, immediately move. Walk, push-ups, sprint. Physical exertion forces metabolic resources away from rumination circuits. Yale's research showed that 5 minutes of movement reduced rumination markers by 40%.
You are resetting your brain so you can approach the problem from a functional state instead of an exhausted loop.
3. Schedule problem-solving windows to contain rumination. Create one 30-minute window daily where you address unresolved problems. Outside that window, defer rumination to the scheduled time. Your brain learns rumination is not forbidden, just scheduled. When the window arrives, sit down with paper and force structured problem-solving. Solutions, next steps, or acceptance. No loops. Scheduled problem-solving dramatically reduces spontaneous rumination because your brain no longer treats every problem as requiring immediate obsessive attention. Rumination is not deep thinking. It is your brain running in place until it collapses.
I'm Rhys Kael. This has been the 5-Minute Signal. Stay sharp.